Hi friends, welcome back. We're going to do a retired Scooby-Doo set review. It's 75902. This is The Mystery Machine. 301 pieces. You get Shaggy, Fred, Scooby, a zombie, the Mystery Machine, and a spooky tree. Now, if you grew up watching cartoons as a kid, and I mean dating all the way back to the 1970s, you would be familiar with Scooby-Doo because it was one of the major faves of my childhood growing up. And the Mystery Machine is unmistakable. It was the crux of what made the gang. They needed a transport vehicle to go to all the mysteries, and it just stood out. And the color scheme of the blue and the green, I like the hubcaps. Now, the only thing that I would say about this, the stickers that come with this particular build are plenty. And on the side of the machine, you'll notice right here where it says the Mystery Machine, that's actually 2 stickers on each side. And it covers up some bricks, which I know that LEGO fans are not a fan of because you can't exactly disassemble the bricks once they're connected with a sticker. So they're kind of permanent. Now, the reason why it's separated is because the back of the Mystery Machine opens, and we'll look at that in a little bit more detail in just a moment as it falls apart on camera. But this is a perfect example. Here's a sticker on this block, and in order to get it to match up so the lines are they look like they follow each other and they flow. It's a bit of a challenge, and those of you that don't like stickers on Lego sets, I could see where this could be a major drawback for you. But it makes the actual set come to life. I mean, without the stickers, it's just a blue and green van, and it really doesn't scream Mystery Machine. Now, the top does come off. It's one big section, and it's only held on by a single 4-long 2-stud jumper panel. And this is a big windshield in the front. I'll take that off so you could take a look at the front as well. Since we're here, that's what we'll do. Now, there is room to fit 2 minifigures here in the cab because it's 6 studs wide, and you have 2 here, 2 here, and then you have extra room for their shoulders. That's why it's big enough to fit 2. Now, you do have a nice sticker up front to give you some sort of dashboard effect with a radio, etc. You got a steering wheel. But other than that, pretty plain, nothing else going on inside the cab. Now, in the back, these rear doors do swing open and exposes the back of the Mystery Machine. I'm going to hold it up just so we can get a good angle to see everything. You do get a flashlight, or a torch, as what it's referred to sometimes, a camera. There's a sink and a spigot. There's a stove. And you do have 2 printed tiles, which are computer panels. This one gives you just a danger alert. You know, this is kind of like a search screen computer. And then over here, this is almost like a radar or some sort of device to let you know how close in proximity you are to something if you have a tracker on it. And you have a printed tile. This is not a sticker. That's a printed tile, which is an actual recorder or reel-to-reel in the back. Now, you do have 4 single jumper studs going down the center. That's because that's where Scooby-Doo goes in the back of the van. And he's 4 studs long. He's a standing version of Scooby-Doo. Boy, this tile does not want to stay on, huh? So he'll fit right in the back of the van. But that's it for the actual back of the van. You got stickers on the side here when you open the panels. This is a clipboard and some pins, maybe in a cork board to hold some pictures and some sticky notes. And then on the other side, you have something similar as well. Some pictures and some things to follow up with for their investigation. And this does close flush, and then the top goes right on top of that. From the back of the van, you can see we have a couple brake lights, but no license plate, nothing in the back, really, just plain old van. And then here's the hubcaps, and again, the flow of the stickers, how it goes all the way around. You do have the distinct marker in the front of the van, which matches the hubcaps. A couple headlights, And then here's a look from the other side. Fake door handle here on this sticker. This really doesn't open. But it's big enough, like I said, to fit 2 people in. And then you have the little opening here in the rear of the cab, so you can see Scooby-Doo. His head will be sticking through there, and that's where he goes on the 4 jumpers. So that's the Mystery Machine. Let's put it back together so we can have a full look at it before we move on to the next component. Here we are. And you got the 2 bars up on the top of the Mystery Machine. You know, you could maybe put a ladder up there or transport something, luggage, what have you. There is no special secret hiding compartment on the top. It's just a plain old cover. Now this spooky tree does have a sticker for a face. You have the 2 eyes, and then of course the bark is cut out to look like it's a growling or somehow moaning monster. Now there are pieces that will cause the leaves on top to move up and down. There's these gray pieces in the back, so you can reposition these however you want. Now these are supposed to be positioned so that the zombie character, Zeke, which we'll look at in a little bit, can be hidden behind the tree monster as he controls it. Now the arms are also on ball joints, as you can see here, so they can move all over the place like this, and then they can also rotate and turn, so you can position the hands of the tree monster in any fashion. Now if I spin it around, there is a little bit of back design. You do have a sticker in the back to show some controls because it's supposed to be a mechanical spooky tree. And then you have the gem on the bottom, which is what the mystery is all about. That's what people are trying to find or try to keep away from our evil characters. Now on top of these controls are a pair of studs, and here's our Zeke zombie, and that's where he goes. I'm just going to rotate the leaves out of the way, and this is where he will be placed to control the tree monster, so to speak. Here's our cast of characters that come in the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. I'm going to show you first, before we get into the characters, the printed 2x2 tile. And I'll bring it up to the camera so you can have a good look at it. This is from the Daily Babbler. It says, "Tree comes to life." And then, of course, you have some clippings on the right-hand side. Shows you the tree and another piece of paper underneath, which is a photograph. So that's a pretty cool printed tile. I think it's pretty neat when Lego does little things like that kind of match the theme of the set. And Fred, who's holding our magnifying glass, is a working magnifying glass. You can actually hold it up against the tile and it will blow up the print. So it's pretty cool when you can actually make a functioning magnifying glass in one of these little Lego sets. And that's not something new. That magnifier has been around in older sets for quite some time. But I do like the way that they keep popping up, especially in mystery sets, kind of like Scooby-Doo. Speaking of Scooby-Doo, he's the standing version of that character. He has the mesmerized eyes, almost like he's in a trance from seeing the spooky tree. He does have the blue collar with the SD dog tag, couple spots on his body. The head does rotate left and right, but the tail does not move. And he has a single stud on his back to put some sort of accessory if you wanted to. There's a sandwich that comes in this set. It's not a Scooby snack, but I'm sure Scooby or Shaggy will be very happy to accept it as a treat in order to go do some kind of investigation. Now, Fred has the traditional ascot, the white shirt, the blue pants, the blonde hair. He's just got a smirking smile. Shaggy does have his shaggy scruffness. His hair is all over the place, and he has the little scruff on the chin. And then lastly, we have our zombie, Zeke. Now, he is green, and that does not reflect light. It's not a light up in the dark character, but it's just a green covering to match his torn and raggedy garb that he has on. I do like the face and the zombie red eyes, spookiness. Now, to complete the review, we'll look at the back side of the characters. Fred and Shaggy do have alternate faces. Fred has more of a scared look. You can see a little bit of his blue collar wrap around on the top of the white shirt, but other than that, no printing on the backside. There are a couple ripples in the back of Shaggy's shirt, and he does have an alternate face, not smiling anymore, kind of I don't know, it looks almost disappointing, but maybe he didn't get the sandwich because Scooby ate it. And then on the back of Zeke's head, that's just the wrap of the mask, and I want to say that those are buttons on the back of his head to keep the mask on. It gives it a zombie feel, I guess. Kind of plain. It's not made to be an alternate face, but that's just the way they created it. And then you have the back of the shirt, which shows the swooshes in it to show that it's pulled. So this wraps our review of the Mystery Machine. Some of the things that may cause you to want to buy this is because you love Scooby-Doo and it's the Mystery Machine. I mean, if you want to have all of the sets to celebrate the cartoon itself, you want to have the Mystery Machine. Or if you want to just collect all of the monster builds and the monster characters, that is a draw as well. You would help us out greatly by clicking that thumbs up or leaving some comments so we can interact with you. Please share our videos with all of your friends. Make sure that you cruise our channel and check out some of our other videos. Take care, and we'll talk to you again real soon.